I know it's been a little while since I made a video. Just been very busy. Been trying to get certain things taken care of. And today, what up, everybody? I woke up early, couldn't go back to sleep. Figured I'd just go ahead and make a video. Actually, I was watching videos on YouTube because I haven't even been able to watch boxing videos lately. Just been really busy, like extremely busy. Um, Trying to get business taken care of. Hopefully, later today, I'll be wrapping some things up, uh, you know, tightening up some loose ends, and then hopefully, I will be back doing videos regularly in the near future. But um, just want to talk about a couple different things. So, um, you know, Errol Spence Jr. I want to say congratulations to him, and I mean, now is the time. Now is the time that Keith, I think Keith Thurman needs to fight him. For a very long time, I've been saying that, you know, that fight don't need to happen just yet. And it's not about no marinating or nothing like that. But I just didn't feel like Spence was ready, and I thought Keith Thurman would beat him. But now I'm thinking, I'm not even thinking it's a 50-50 fight now. I'm thinking it's more of a 55-45 or a 60-40 in favor of Errol Spence Jr. But nonetheless, I want to see the best fight the best. And even though Keith Thurman is my favorite welterweight, in actuality, he's my favorite active fighter right now. Well, next to Pacquiao, I still, you know, I for a good while I've been saying that he's retired and now he's gonna fight Vargas. So, but Pacquiao's my favorite. Next to Pacquiao would be Keith Thurman. But even though Keith Thurman is my favorite fighter, I want to see that fight. I think it will be a great fight, and I will have the utmost respect for both fighters, win, lose, or draw. Um, but I do have to say that, as big of a Keith Thurman fan as I am, I have to say, I can't put the fight in his favor at this point in time. Um, but I do think that it's still winnable for him. I do want to see that fight. Some people were saying that the Bundu fight was a cherry pick. If that's the way you feel, that's fine. You have a right to your own opinion. I have a right to mine. I actually think that it was a good fight for him. With the level of competition that he's had so far, and the direction he's going, and what he's trying to do, I do think that the Bundu fight was a good fight for him. I don't think it was a cherry pick. Now, of course, one of the things that people look at is Bundu's age. It is what it is. I mean, there's no way to reverse time and make Bundu younger to see how Spence would do against him. So, I mean, there's no point in really dwelling on that too much. The fact of the matter is, Bundu's never been knocked out, and Spence was able to do it in 6 rounds. Something that, as much as I hate to say it, Keith Thurman wasn't able to do. Just because he destroyed um, Bundu, Keith Thurman didn't, doesn't mean that he would beat Keith Thurman, but you do have to. It's very hard not to give Errol Spence Jr. the edge in that fight. And really, I mean, at this time, it's probably hard to not give him the edge against any welterweight. Because with Keith Thurman, it's no secret body shots are his kryptonite. And it just depends on how well he can guard his body, and if he does get hit with a body shot, how fast he can recover, what he can do in that moment. That's what it's going to depend on. When he got hurt in the Sean Porter fight, he did handle it a lot better than when he got hurt in the Collazo fight. So you could say that his damage resistance is getting better. I think we could all agree that Errol Spence Jr. is a better body puncher than um, Sean Porter, and he's probably a harder puncher. So if Keith Thurman can deal with Errol Spence's body punches, then that'll really be saying something. But I mean, I'm all about keeping it real, and even though I'm a Keith Thurman fan, I'm not a Keith Thurman fanboy. And I do want to see that fight. I want to see the best fight the best, and that's what it's all about. I don't want to hear nothing about the business. I mean, apparently he Spence Jr. got 6 million views. Congratulations to him on that. But I really don't care. That's just me though. But don't get me wrong. I still acknowledge that it's an accomplishment. I personally am not won over by that, and that's just me. I mean, Spence has really left an impression on on the sport really, um, in a very high profile division. Now when I say high profile, I'm not trying to say that the welterweight division is the strongest division. Some people feel that way and a lot of people don't. But the welterweight division is always a division that is always being looked at. Always. Doesn't matter the era. It seems like the welterweight division is always very interesting to the boxing fans, whether you're talking about hardcores or casuals. It's been like that for quite some time. So that's what I mean by high profile um, division. I think, and like I said, I'm not saying that they're the best fighters in all of boxing, but it just seems like the public is more interested in the welterweight division than any other division at any given time, a lot of times. And the only time that they're second to another division is the heavyweight division. A lot of times they're kind of tied. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I think I think somebody needs to fight him now. Whether it be Danny Garcia, I definitely think he beats Danny Garcia. Uh, the winner of Pacquiao Vargas or um, Kell Brook or Keith Thurman. One of these guys needs to fight him, and I think it needs to be next. That's the way that I feel about that. So there's a big difference between saying this now and saying this before. A lot of people were just saying this just because Floyd Mayweather said it. But I think Errol Spence Jr. is a force to be reckoned with, and I do think that he actually has the potential to possibly become the next big star. Just depends on how he conducts himself out of the ring. I think he's already got the views just on his talent. If he can personify himself in a way that is going to get him those pay-per-view buys, um, which I hope that's not the case. I think everything needs to move away from pay-per-view. But if there's going to be one more, I don't want to say generation because I don't feel that's the right word, but I can't think of what would be the correct word in this instance. But if there is to be one more generation of pay-per-view being in the picture when it comes to the sport of boxing, when it comes to the welterweight division, I would say he's got the best chance of being that man. We'll see what happens. Now, that's not the only thing I want to touch on. Like I said, I couldn't sleep, so I started watching some videos, and I came across a video from Strictly Boxing. Big shout out to him. Very fast growing channel. I couldn't believe, like, a couple months ago he said that he had just started in April, and he was like, he was like almost at well, maybe not almost, but he was like around 1,500 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot bigger than that. It looks like you can't see his subscriber count anymore, but I'm sure he's probably beyond 2,000 subscribers at this point. And very big congratulations and much respect to him. And what I really want to talk about is he made a video about Floyd Mayweather, and it was just his opinion. It's his opinion, and it seems like he's just gotten a lot of backlash. Now, granted, anytime that anybody makes a video about Floyd Mayweather, you're gonna get a whole lot of backlash, and that's whether you're in favor or against Floyd Mayweather. Just, you have a lot of extreme fans. You have extreme fans who extremely hate him, and you have extreme fans who extremely adore him. I've said it many times. I don't like Floyd Mayweather. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan, but I don't hate him either. I'm not a hater, and you know what? Neither is Strictly Boxing. Strictly Boxing doesn't hate Floyd Mayweather. He's just not a fighter that he cares for. I find it very disturbing that when somebody makes a video, people will go and insult them and try to bring them down and everything. And when it comes to Strictly Boxing, he's very headstrong, he's very intelligent, and he's already at, like I said, he's probably over 2,000 subscribers now. It's not really going to affect him what people say. He'll respond, but it's not going to really affect what he's going to do. He's not, in other words, these discouraging comments and response videos and all this stuff, he's not going to stop making videos just because of that. It's disturbing because some people aren't quite as headstrong. Some people are just getting started, and they put out, when you put work into making a video and you're doing your best, and then people just want to come and, for lack of a better term, shit on you. I mean, it's, some people can't handle that. Now, don't get me wrong, YouTube's not for everybody, but there are some people who could possibly be very good channels, and they could be getting killed off fairly early in their development just because people want to shit on them. And it's a shame. Everybody should be able to voice their opinion. Everybody. Here's another example. Is Coach Shelton Harrison. Now, he is a heavy criticizer of Triple G, and I'm a Triple G fan. But if you were to ask Coach Shelton Harrison about me, you're going to get nothing but respect. And the reason why is because me being a Triple G fan and him criticizing Triple G heavily, never once did I go on his page and insult him for it. Never once have I made a response video, insulting him or calling him a hater or any of that. Because the fact of the matter is, Coach Shelton Harrison has a right to his opinion. And if his opinion differs from mine, that doesn't make him an idiot. That just means he is a man with an opposing opinion. He has a different view on the situation than I do. But I have a lot of respect for him. Me and Coach Shelton Harrison, we're cool. But a lot of people, I don't know, like it's like a combination of a lot of different things. It seems like a lot of people need to mature. A lot of people need to reevaluate what their motives are. Some people are just immature, but I think some people are mature. Their motives are, they're not really a boxing fan. They're just a man defender. And I don't really use that term, but that's, in this instance, it's the most appropriate term I could think of, is they're man defenders. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to state your case on a fighter that you like, I'm not saying that immediately makes you a man defender. You know, if you make a response video from time to time, or something is being said about one of your favorite fighters, and you feel like it's unfair, you feel that the perspective is that's being put out there is completely one-sided, and you want to put out another perspective to shed light on the situation, there's nothing wrong with that. But some people will defend a fighter, won't give any good reason, and they will fight you to the death off of petty shit, to the point where they will threaten your life sometimes. Now, of course, that's in the most extreme of situations, but a lot of times you're getting insulted for just simply having an opinion. And that ain't right. I'm subscribed to a whole lot of channels that my opinion is opposing to theirs. I don't expect them to think like me. They're men, and I'm a man too. So we think for ourselves. If we find some common ground on something, great. But we can always agree to disagree, and we don't have to insult each other. So, much respect to Strictly Boxing. If you haven't checked him out, please do. He puts a lot of work into his videos. He breaks everything down. He explains himself. He with his views on Floyd Mayweather, he made a 40-minute video explaining himself as to why he feels the way he does, and he broke it down very well. And you're gonna find that in all his videos, that he breaks everything down very well. He, he shows you where he gets information on the video, or he'll just simply lay it out, whatever he's talking about, like, when he's talking about numbers like knockouts and wins and who this fighter fought and who that fighter fought, he has all that stuff on the screen when he goes into a topic. So very, very good channel. Very glad to see that he is intelligent and headstrong enough to know not to listen to some of these who can't handle the fact that other people think differently than they do. But anyways, I mean, that's all I got for this video. I rambled a little bit. Really wanted to keep it under 10 minutes, and we're at almost 20. But anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody who watches my videos, or you just so happen to stumble upon this video, I will be coming back to boxing very soon. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day.